Hello. One of the most bothersome side effects to me of being involved with a narcissist was that, and I think it happens to all of us, you can't help it, you end up becoming a private investigator. You want to uncover the truth about what they're doing. It is torture. The steps we go through, the process we go through, and if you're like me, you started out a good person. I don't sniff around people's phones. I've never done that. Look in people's things and try to figure things out and what are they doing, and we become very, very obsessed with their truth. What's going on? Where are they? How can I find out? I'm in their phone. I'm trying to track. If you live together and there's a husband or what, you can check his email. You're trying to, I mean, it's just, and you know, like I said, if you're a good person and that's not behavior you're used to, you don't go through people's phones. You've never gone through somebody's phone before. You never had to think about doing that. It's not something you would consider. When you get to that point, and I've said this before, if you have to check someone's phone, if that's where you are, it's probably over. Okay? Even if you're in a healthy relationship and it's not a narcissist, but if you feel inside you need to check someone's phone, something's awry. You should never even feel like you need to check someone's phone. We shouldn't be checking each other's phones. But it should be that if we did, there's nothing on it. So in other words, anyone can, and at any point, could pick up my phone. Okay, I don't even, well, now it makes me have a passcode, but I don't, the new one, but I never even had a passcode on my phone. Like, there's just nothing on my phone that will be denigrating to me, or that I'm embarrassed of, or that I'm trying to hide. There's going to be no pictures. There's going to be no text conversations. There's going to be no phone conversations. We get to the point that we're looking at all of those things all the time because we're desperate. We want to uncover the truth. We want to uncover the truth. But then I start to really think about this, and I want to let you know, do you really want the truth? It's never going to be less than what you think. It's probably going to be more. It's going to be worse than anything you thought. I almost feel like not knowing the rest of the story is a better way to go for all of us. Because the more I found out, the more I was crushed. And as I've explained to you before, I'm someone who questioned my narcissist to death. So I got a lot of information, and I uncovered a lot of different things. And I got to be honest with you, picturing things and wondering what's going on, that's maddening. It's torture. Oh my God, it's torture. But guess what? The truth stinks. I'm here to tell you it rots. It rivals not knowing quite nicely. Stop licking, mommy. Did you hear that? Finding out the truth, finally, you think, I'll be satisfied. I know what, oh, don't even ask me what's going on up here. Okay, don't even, I have no idea what's happening. You feel like, I just want to know what's going on. I just want the truth. I just want the truth. And I get it, because that's how I felt. But let me just tell you something. I don't know. I think with a lot of the details I found out, I would rather have remained in the dark. The person's out of your life anyway. Why do you need to carry forward all that pain? I just wanted to know if I was right. And I get it 1,000 and billion%. But when I say to you, knowing the truth rivals not knowing quite nicely. It really does. Because I don't know which one is worse. I think finding out the truth in many cases is extremely painful. I think that if you are in a position where you're about to leave, or you're teetering on leaving, or it's an ex now, stop with the private investigating. We all become PIs. It's what we do. And they think they're so smart, right, with their phone. And let me tell you something. There were a couple of months there that my narcissist would even hand me his phone. Now, how ridiculous is that? I look back, right? How ridiculous is that? So if your narcissist is doing that, let me explain to you what he did before he gave that to you on his way home. He deleted any text conversations. He might even have some going on. There's an app called WhatsApp. WhatsApp, I think. He might have a chat going on in a different, not just in text, in a different app on his phone. He deleted that. If there were any pictures, he deleted those. Now, if they're real bright, like mine was, he didn't delete them out of his deleted photos. So you can go in there and check and find photos, right? Because if they don't know they have to delete them twice, you're going to find photos in there. They're going to delete any evidence of a phone conversation. They're going to hide in their phone someone's name under a code name. So you can think he's being open. Here's my phone. Go through it. Here you go, honey. Have at it. I'm so honest with you. Here you go. Here you go. Really? Because all they did was wipe it clean as much as they can. It's like a crime scene. Okay, so they wiped their crime scene phone clean and then gave it to you to look at. So then you might say, well, I want to then go through his phone when he doesn't know and I'll catch him off guard. You could do that, but I am telling you, you are going to detest what you find. It will crush you, and I wish I didn't find out half the things I did. I really wish I didn't find out half the things I did. I wish I stayed gone one of the first times, and I made a video about that, disaster dates. I wish I stayed gone the very first disaster date I ever had, and I would never have found out anything because I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been with him. Like now, I'm not finding out anything that he's doing. He's out of my life. And you know what? Even though he's out of my life, I don't need to even, I know what he's up to. Once you know one, you know what their life is about. You don't need to check. But it makes me feel bad because we kill to have the truth. We search for the truth. We want that truth. And the bottom line is, no matter what even we find out, we'll never have the whole truth. Ever. That is something that we have to accept. That was a very tough thing for me to accept. Somebody who likes answers. It's a very, very, very tough concept for me. Is that this is something you will never have the full truth. You will never get your questions answered. There are no answers to be had. And if you get any answers, they're going to be painful, hurtful. Yes, you're right. Let me tell you right now, if you're a victim, I'm going to save you the trouble. You are correct. Whatever you're thinking he's doing, he's doing. Yes. Yep, you are absolutely correct. And when I found out I was right about this situation, that situation, whatever, all the different things you go through, I didn't rejoice. Oh, I was right. Woohoo, yay for me. No, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like this. Oh my God, I knew it. And it's horrific what you feel. It is like a golf club to your head of a whammy, like, oh my God, I knew it, I knew it. Well, if you know it, then act on that, because intuition is the voice of God. And not for nothing, perception is your reality. So if since I didn't get, it took me a lot to get the answers that I did get. And in the interim period, I came up with my own truth, right? So it's my truth, it's my perception, and that is my reality. So your truth, what you're imagining is going on, that is your reality. Your perception is your reality. Even if the guy isn't doing a thing and you're not in a narcissistic relationship and you're just a paranoid person, that can eat away at your brain if your reality is such that the perception is off. So you need to check that, right? But if you're in a narcissistic relationship, and I'll be honest with you, whatever I came up with was never far off from the truth. It's tough to swallow either way. It's tough to hear, man, you knew it, you were right. You knew the whole time. Because I'll keep torturing and asking and I won't let it go, and then finally the truth comes out and it's like, oh my God. It is a horrific, horrific, horrific feeling. It didn't bring me any peace. It didn't bring me any happiness that I was right. It didn't bring me any closure. It didn't make it easier to leave. Nothing. It was just one big rabbit hole that I kind of wish I never even be a private investigator in our life with our loved one. Who wants to do that? I think of my grandparents, and they're both gone now. And I think of them in modern day times that they had cell phones. Whether my grandmother went through my grandfather's phone or not, I promise you, never, ever, ever in 1 billion years would there be anything on it for her to find. And that's what I would like in a relationship, right? Is that it doesn't matter the phone. There's nothing on it. There's never gonna be. He's an honest man. You want an honest girl, and you don't have to wonder about it. So ask yourself if you really want the truth or if you really need the truth. Maybe just get going and not have your questions answered. It might be easier. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks.